Hey, this is Julia Carr from Holistic Health Solutions. And a lot of people have been asking me lately, what is it exactly that you do at Holistic Health Solutions and how is that different from what I do with my doctor? So I just want to explain that a little bit. So holistic means that we look at the whole body, and that doesn't mean just all the parts of your body. It means the physical parts as well as the internal parts. So I call it the body, the soul, and the spirit. So the body is obviously the physical part of our body, and that often gets the most attention because when we don't feel good, it comes out in our body. But the soul, I think most of us understand that too. And what I mean by soul is our inner thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, those things that can't necessarily be seen, but we all know that they're real because we experience them. We experience thoughts from our mind, and then those feelings that come from the thoughts. And our behavior is usually a result of our thoughts and our feelings. We act on those things. And then the third thing that a lot of people don't talk about is our spirit. And for me, my definition of spirit is that connection that we have to God or the Creator, the higher power, however you refer to God. It's that connection with God. And so the health of our spirit can affect the health of our soul, which can affect the health of our body. It's all interconnected. So holistic looks at all of those things. So if you come to me feeling like your knees hurt, we're going to talk about the knees, okay? We're definitely going to give you some things that you can do naturally to help with the pain in your knees. And what I do physically is called the body system balancing adjustments, okay? And so what that is I allow the brain and the spine to connect better. Usually when things are off in your body, it's because messaging isn't getting, your brain and your spine are not getting the correct messages as cells are being replicated. So if you have an injury of some sort or something not going right in your body, cells are being replicated all of the time. And in a healthy body, cells will replicate healthy so that if you are injured, you will heal. That's how your body heals. And we've all seen our body heal before. If you get a scratch on your hand, you can see that it bleeds and then it dries up and then it scabs and then it falls off and then you're better, right? That's a visible recognition of the body healing. And that's because on the inside, the cells have replicated, bringing in healthy cells so that they can get rid of the cells that are dying and replace it with health, and you heal. And what can happen, especially those who have been struggling with chronic illness for a long time, even though your cells have replicated over and over and over, in fact, what scientists say is every 7 years, we actually have an entirely new body because every single cell in our body has been replicated or duplicated, reproduced. So if you are still struggling with something a year or two after your original injury, it's because the messaging somehow got off. So your body works as an electrical machine, and that's how it communicates with each other, and that's how everything gets done in your body is through this electrical charge. So your brain is like the positive charge, and your spine is the negative charge, and they have to work together. And so what can happen if the messaging gets off and the cells are replicated as unhealthy cells, then the injury just continues and continues. And this can be your thoughts as well. This can be in your soul for those of you that might struggle with depression, anxiety, those inner feelings that are getting in the way of your functioning in a healthy way. The same thing is happening. And so what the body system balancing does is reconnects the brain and the spine to communicate like back to the default. Default is health. We are all created and designed to be healthy. So when things get out of whack, we call it being out of balance. And so what I can do is tell what system in your body is out of balance, where is your body wanting to work on in order to heal. And I can tell that by finding some center points in the back of your head that tell me what the brain is doing. okay? And then that tells me specific places in the spine, and we stimulate that spinal cord, and I just use my fingers. I just stimulate with my fingers. A lot of chiropractors do this, where they'll actually manipulate the bone. Really what they're doing is stimulating the spinal cord right there. Massage therapists do this, and energy workers, all kinds of healers are using this zone technique. And so what we do is figure out what zone is out. You have 6 zones in your body. There's the glandular system that regulates all of the hormones in your body. Those can easily get out of balance. Then there's the eliminative system, anything that gets rid of toxins in your body. So if that gets backed up, or if that's somehow not working properly, that includes your kidneys, your bowels, your intestines, as well as your skin, your sweat glands, sinuses, all of those ways that your body gets rid of toxins. If that gets off and your body gets backed up with toxins, then that can take over and cause a lot of inflammation, which causes pain, and that's what gets our attention usually. The third zone is the nervous system, and we're pretty familiar with that. We have nerves that go all over our body, and if a nerve is inflamed, it causes pain. So that just means it's out of balance. Then there's the digestive system, anything that has to do with you digesting food. If that gets off, that can also cause things like IBS. A lot of trouble, people struggle with that. Heartburn, acid reflux, constipation, diarrhea. All of that is when your digestive zone is out of balance. And then there's the skeletal muscular system, anything with bones, muscles. If your joints are sore, arthritis, carpal tunnel syndrome, anything like that is that musculoskeletal system. And then the last one is the circulatory system. And that's all of the fluids in your body and how they flow. Mostly blood we think of, but also the lymph. The lymph is the waste in your body that needs to flow out. And if your lymph is not flowing out properly, then you get inflammation, which causes pain. So all that to say, there are those 6 zones, and any one of them can get out of balance through any number of things. It could be what you're doing in your lifestyle, could be poor nutrition, it could be lack of exercise, it could just be exposure to viruses that your body isn't able to process correctly. But a healthy body will be able to handle viruses that come your way. You shouldn't have to live in fear of COVID or colds or the flu, because a healthy body can handle that. So what we want to do is get your body in balance so that it's perfectly healthy, and then no matter what comes your way, even if you get exposed to something, you can get through it, you can detox it, and you can go on with your life. Should not go on and on and on. If you're struggling with pain that has been lasting years and years, that means you've just been out of balance for years and years. And this can be somewhat inherited. So if you think about inherited or genetic diseases, this is out of balance that has been passed on for generations, and you might be suffering from that. But that doesn't mean you're stuck, all right? If you are out of balance, we can get you back in balance through this zone technique. And many healers have been using it in many different ways, and but there's really not that many of us that know how to do it. So I'm one of them. I'm the only one in Central Maine that I know of. So if you are dealing with a imbalance of any one of those zones, and that your 6 zones will consist of every single cell in your body, then when you come to me, I will assess what zone is out of balance. I will put it back in balance by stimulating 4 points on your spinal cord, 4 specific places based on that zone. And we work until they're clear. It's called clear when you don't feel any kind of tenderness on these points that I place on your head. And when those are clear, you will start feeling better. Your body will be put into healing mode, and it will start working immediately with the right messages. And as your cells continue to develop and reproduce, they will reproduce in a healthy way, and your body will soon be able to experience the perfect health that it was designed to experience. That's what I do at Holistic Health Solutions. I try to provide solutions so that you can be healthy in body, soul, and spirit. And if there's anything else you want to know about how to deal with those kind of soul things, I also have, in addition to the physical action of the body system balancing, we can do some meditation and we can do some visualization to help change your thoughts, which can change your feelings and get healed from those negative things that are affecting you, which can also affect you physically. Your body is basically a reflection of your soul. So if you have been troubled for far too long without finding balance in your soul, your body will manifest that eventually. And you might be dealing stuff with your body right now from something that happened to you many years ago. But you're not stuck with it. It doesn't mean we can't figure it out. It doesn't mean it can't be balanced. It can be balanced physically, and we can also do things to heal the soul and reconnect that spirit connection so that you can receive that perfect health that you were designed to have. If you are experiencing anything where you would like some help or you would like to talk to me more about it, all you need to do is book an appointment with me at holistichealthsolutions.pro. You can see my calendar right on there. Book an appointment. It doesn't cost a whole lot more than a copay that you would pay to see your doctor. And I will not give you any kind of medication. And if you're on medication, whatever I do does not interfere with anything that you're already doing with your doctor. It's very complimentary. So all it will do is help. It will do nothing to hurt you. So please come in and get your healing started today.